Tonight's homework is a little bit different. You won't be taking notes. You're actually going to be doing 3 problems out of the book. But how it's going to work is you're going to write it down, you're going to try it, then I will do it so you can see the correct solution. Now, if it were me, I would be doing, on the next page, I would have your work written down and then my work written down so you can see the difference and you can see what you got right and what you got wrong. Okay, just copying down the work that I do, it's not going to help you in the future. You need to be trying it first and then looking at the solution to make sure that you understand it. So, the first problem that you're going to do, this is on page 6, and I'm just going to title this Practice. Is going to be 1-88. So if you don't already have your book out, go ahead and get your book out. Go to page 48 and it is 1-88. Now you're going to go ahead and do that problem. The video is going to pause. You're going to submit your answer and then I'll be doing it after. So for letter A, well, first off it says determine the total area of each rectangle below. Each number inside the rectangle represents the area of that smaller rectangle, while each number along the side represents the length of that portion of the side. So I'm going to go ahead and draw this rectangle. And we have 12, 39, 11, and 4. So that's the parts that we're given. Now the first step, in my opinion, would be to find the outsides if we are able to do so. So for example, right here I have a 4 and I have a 12 up here. Well, I know we're multiplying, so I know that 4 times something has to give me that 12, so this has to be a 3. And then I have a 3 and a 39, and I know 3 times something has to give us that 39. So what times 3 gives me 39? 13. And now we can fill in the middle. 11 times 4 is 44. 11 times 13 is 143. And it asks for the total area. The total area will be all of those middle numbers added together. (12) plus 44 plus 143 plus 39. And I'm going to put that in my calculator. And I get 238. If you have a question on that, please write it down on your paper. Letter B. And I'm going to follow the same strategy as I did before. 8 times what gives me 40? That has to be a 5. And 6 times what gives me 18? That'll be a 3. 8 times 3, 24. 6 times 5 is 30. So again, we're going to add up the insides. And when I put that in my calculator, that's going to equal 112. The next problem you are going to do is number 1-89. Again, you should be doing this on your own before watching me do it. Submitting an answer so that you can see what you know, what you don't know, not just copying down what the teacher does, because I know I'm going to get it right. But I need you to see what you know so that you can practice later. So 1-89 says, Draw the quadrilateral with vertices negative 1, 3, 4, 3, negative 1, negative 2, and 4, negative 2. So let's start there. Well, I'm going to make a coordinate plane. And then we're going to graph those 4 points. So the first point is negative 1, 3. Negative 1 represents the x value, so I'm going to go over negative 1, and then I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3. That's where negative 1, 3 is. 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, up 1, 2, 3. Negative 1, negative 2, and then 4, negative 2. Draw that quadrilateral. Okay. So that's what your quadrilateral should look like. And then letter A says, what kind of quadrilateral is it? Well, if you wrote rectangle, that's true. But is it a square? The way we can test if it's a square is if all sides are the same. That has to happen if it's a square. So this side is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This side is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This side is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this side is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Since they're all the same, you can now say that it is a square. So letter A, I'm going to say this quadrilateral is a square. And I proved it because all sides are the same. If I did not show that all sides are the same, I cannot say that it is a square. Letter B says translate the quadrilateral 3 units to the left and 2 units up. So I'm going to take each vertex and I'm going to move it 3 units left and 2 units up. So right here, 3 units left, 1, 2, 3, 2 units up, 1, 2. 3 units left, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And that's our new quadrilateral. And then it asks you to write down each each vertex of the new quadrilateral. So I'll do this one as an example. This is over 1, up 0. So that vertex is 1, 0. You would need to figure out the rest. The final problem I'm going to have you do is 1-90. So go ahead and try it yourself. 1-90 says solve the following problem using any method. Write your solution as a sentence. The length of a rectangle is 5 centimeters longer than twice the length of the width. If the perimeter of the rectangle is 88 centimeters, what is the width? The very first thing you should have done, is drawn a rectangle. If you ever have a word problem, the best thing to do is to start by drawing a picture. It's talking about a rectangle. I drew a rectangle. Now it says, the length of the rectangle is 5 centimeters longer than twice the length of the width. So now I have length and width. It says the length is 5 centimeters longer than. So I know I'm going to have a plus 5 somewhere because it's 5 centimeters more than something. Twice the length of the width. Twice the width. It's 5 more than twice the width. And this is just the width. This is the width. This is twice the width plus 5 as given in the problem. Now it says the perimeter is 88 centimeters. And as a reminder, perimeter is the length around. So if I know the perimeter is 88, then I'm going to add all of the outside and make it equal to 88. So that's going to be equals 2w plus 5 plus w plus 2w plus 5 plus w. Now, there is a different way of writing this. You could have written 2 times 2w plus 5 plus 2w's. You'll get the same answer. It doesn't matter. So this is going to give me 88 equals, let's see how many w's we have. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 w's plus 5 and 5 make 10. To solve this, I'm going to subtract 10, and I get 78 equals 6w. To solve that, we're going to divide by a 6, because that says 6 times w. That'll mean w equals 13. Now, if you got to that point, that is not the complete answer, because in the problem it says, write your solution as a sentence. You must answer the problem like it says to. So I'm going to say, the width of the rectangle is 13 centimeters. And that is our final answer because it is written as a sentence.